Hey everybody, thank you for coming back to my channel. If you can see from the title of the video, I want to review my experience on my 6-day juice fast or juice feast, juice cleanse, whatever you want to call it. I have my notes here, so if you see me looking down, I'm just referring to it. I didn't want to forget anything because I want to make sure that you guys, if you do a juice fast, that you know that someone else had that experience because not everyone's is going to be the same. My fiance did it with me, and his experience was completely different than mine. So don't think it's going to be exactly like everybody that you see or hear or watch or experience. Um, it's going to be different for you personally. So um, just a little disclaimer. This video is going to be TMI. I'm going to be talking about things that did happen to my body. So if that makes you a little squeamish or you just don't want to hear about someone's vagina, then turn off the video, or you can just skip those parts. It's not going to be talking about it for too long. It is only 6 days, so there couldn't be too much that happened. Um, so going into it, doing a little research on juicers, and I do watch YouTube myself, so seeing that the Nama juicer is one that is supposed to be more of a higher yield masticating, so we ended up going with that one. And I'll do another video on the cost of juice fasting because it was a lot more than anticipated, especially for two people. For one person, if you don't need a lot of calories, it might be manageable, but I'll go to the cost in another video. So we went with the high yield juicer, and I'll do a Nama review because that needs its own video. Anyways, so I went into this with this premise of needing 4 juices a day. One of them was going to be a green juice, and I'm talking about the quart-sized mason jars. One of them was going to be a green juice. The other 3 were going to be juices and vegetable mixes, because you mainly get the bulk of your calories from fruits. So that's a lot of what we bought, but there was so much produce, so much. Um, so another thing going into this, I wanted to make sure that even though we were doing a juice fast, because even though we did only do it for 6 days, we weren't planning on only doing it for 6. I was going into this thinking maybe 30, maybe 60. If I get past day 1, I would be satisfied. So I didn't go in having an expectation of time because I wanted to go with the flow of my body and what felt right for me. So I looked around on YouTube, I looked around on in places of the internet, and I found that men should have flax oil and that women should have hemp oil. And if you, this is the only person I heard this from was someone named John Rose. And I thought, okay, that makes sense because I'm not getting chia seed, I'm not getting flaxseed, I'm not getting fish, I'm not doing any of that. So having my fiance get his hemp oil, which is super expensive, by the way, grab the little bottles because those, I think one was like 16 ounces, cost me $30. That was really expensive. And then my hemp oil, also we're taking a B12. We did some iodine and a vitamin D just to make sure you're getting everything because like I said, we didn't know how long we were going to go for. So we had all that set up. We had the juicer, we had the produce, we had all of these things. And we had told people, hey, we're going to be doing a juice fast. So they knew not to expect us to be eating with them. And it was very cool because one of our friends actually came over and did some juicing on his own for just his use at his house. So it's really cool to see the support we had behind it. So let's just get right into it. Day 1, what happened? So day 1 was really interesting. It threw me for a whirl. I had my green juice, I had my 3 other fruit vegetable juices, and we started on a day that we both worked. And that was probably the dumbest thing we could have done, but we figured, we wanted to do a juice fast because of being able to work anyways. We couldn't just take off time from work to do it. So we wanted to do the juice fast for that. And day 1, going into work, it was fine. I had that feeling of like, I need to chew something. I need to have something in my mouth. I need to swallow delicious, sweet, salty. You'll get over that. But that was the first day. I just wanted to eat so much. I just wanted to chew something between my teeth, something to grind. And it went really well. For the first bit, I drank my green juice. I ended up pooping about 4 times the first day. Towards the end of the day, though, things started to go wrong. And it was a migraine I was feeling kind of over here. It was over here. I did get a couple jolts in the back of my neck, but mainly it was in the front. It started to turn into a migraine. And I have a job where I need to focus my attention. So this wasn't good. And it was really hard to focus, but I powered through it. And then for one of the juices, it was my last juice. I'm not sure if it was this one or if it was just my body reacting to it, but I made almost like a mojito style juice, and this was the last one I drank. It was mint, lime, cucumber, celery, and a couple other things because I wanted something good. And that didn't really sit well because I started to feel like I needed to puke. I was feeling nauseous and it was just kind of like up here and I was like, I need to go puke. So I ended up puking at work and just getting it out and all of the juice had just come out. I had drank the juice about an hour prior before I started to feel sick. So for me to puke up all of the juice that I just drank told me that I wasn't really absorbing that whatever it was, whatever that mixture was or reaction from my body from the day was not good. Um, so I ended up going home. I fed my dogs. I let them out, and I went to bed. I was like, I'm not doing this. Let's see what day two brings, because I was tempted to stop it there. I've done a water fast before for 6 days, and I didn't experience anything like that. So I went into day two. I woke up. I was feeling fine. Um, I felt like I had calories the day before. It was good. Um, but day two, as I started getting up moving, I was starting to feel tired and it was kind of what I anticipated, feeling that my body's shifting to, oh, we're gonna start getting rid of things because we don't have to work on your digestion. Um, so day two, oh yeah, day two, I didn't poop on day two or day three. So what I just started to feel though was I started to get a little bit of like ache pain. It wasn't really pain, it was ache, dullness, on the left side of my neck, and it kind of carried down the left side of my spine. It didn't hurt, so I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't take any medication during this to try to counteract the aches and pains that I had. I just dealt with it. um, I'd feel little tingles in my arm and maybe down the right side of my leg, and that was on the right side. So I was like, okay, well, there's something there that shouldn't be there, that my body was holding on to, and it's getting rid of it. Great. Um, so I do want to say on day two, though, Portland Juice Company makes this cashew fruit like dessert juice. And so we tried to replicate that with cashews, raspberries, and dates. And that was pretty good. I would recommend having at least 6 dates. If you like it sweeter, having at least 6 days to kind of go in your mason, to have the juice in the mason jar, because it was a little tart from the raspberries. But other than that, it was good. Day three, like I said, I didn't poop any on day three. Um, oh right. It was kind of just a continuance of day two. I would get little headaches here and there. I'd still have the tingles in my right arm. I'd have the little bit of pain down the left side of my neck and the left side of my back. But overall, it was fine. Day four is when it kind of started to take a turn. And doing my water fast before, I knew that day four was going to bring something different. My body's getting in the mode of what we're doing. So day four, I did have a small poop in the morning, which is good because that's always the concern, is making sure you get everything out. And I was drinking water on top of the juice. I would have like a little glass, a little something, between the juices to make sure that I was also getting water to flush things out. And that's really important for your kidneys too, to flush things out. Um, um, I would get the headaches just still right here. Right here was really popular for headaches for me. It wouldn't be hours. It would just be kind of like a minute, it's annoying, and then it would go away. Um, I would get, oh, it was really gross. I'd wake up and throughout the whole day, even though I brushed, I would have the whiteness on my tongue. That was really gross because at my work I had to wear a mask because of everything that's going on in the world. So to breathe in all that air and everything again, it was disgusting. But there was something that was getting out from my tongue, and that was fantastic. And I knew that's what it was. So I brushed my teeth. I even tried doing 3 times that day, and it didn't do anything. Um, but that day is when it started to take a turn on the juices. I had a green juice, I had 2 watermelon juices, and an orange carrot ginger juice, and then something else that had like beets in it. This is the day I just didn't really want to drink juices. I drank the watermelon and the green because the green I knew I had to drink. I wanted those minerals. The watermelon because this just tasted good. That's what I wanted. The orange carrot, I need my calories. And then that fifth one, because I walk a lot for my job, I started adding a fifth one in, and I didn't want it. I didn't drink it for that day, so I just carried it over to the next day. Um, and then day 5, I was just feeling really tired. I didn't poop on day 5, um, but I did notice that this was starting to thin out just a little bit. Not a considerable amount. It's just kind of thinning out, like getting rid of inflammation. Same for a little bit on the top part of my ribs, but there was really no change other than that. I was kind of sluggish, feeling tired day 5, and I just didn't want to drink juice. Water was fine, but I had no desire to drink juice. But I made myself drink the juice anyways, at least the green juice, um, and I didn't really want it. I again with watermelon juice on day 5 because I wanted something that I knew I wanted to drink, and I ended up chugging down because I was like, oh my God, I need energy. I need something. And I tried chewing the juices just to see if that would help me feel a little satiated. It doesn't. But you can try it. It doesn't for me. Um, and I drank my juice, and I just didn't want watermelon after that. I was like, I don't want any of this. I don't want watermelon juice. I don't, no. But I made myself drink 4 juices that day because I need that energy. And then day 6. Had a little poop on day 6. So don't expect that you're going to do that every day. Had a little poop on day 6. I was still feeling tired. I was still feeling sluggish. I got a little teen twinges of pain. I did, oh, I forgot to mention on some of these days, because it was really intermittent. It wasn't like, oh, it was continuous through this day. I would feel just a little spike of pain on the left side of my ovary, and that was really interesting. I really wasn't expecting that, but you know, you have your full body. Just know that your body does hold on to toxins, so it's gonna try to get rid of them because it doesn't need to do anything else except for get that juice in there. Um, day 6, I was feeling tired. Day 6 was when I really started to notice I started to stink in certain places, like my armpits. No matter if I washed them and used deodorant, they would just have just I don't know garlicky onion smell at the end of the day, and that was really gross. My breath was terrible. I feel so bad for my fiance because he was kissing me. But he's such a sweet man. He still kissed me. Um, I still had the whiteness on my tongue. And then this is the TMI part, in my vagina, I noticed that no matter if I washed, at the end of the day, I don't normally stink. At the end of the day, I would reek. No matter if I used wet wipes or, obviously if I showered again, it would be fine. But I just had this odor and this smell, and even my dogs would come up to me because they sit with me in the bathroom. They'd come up to me like, Mom, what is that? No. So just know that you will produce things everywhere, and to not limit it to just your organs. So that was a realization for me. But day 6, like I said, tired, sluggish. And then I started to feel a little bit of, on the left side, a little bit of kidney pain, the aches, and it was just so much pressure. And I had drank water that morning. It was fine. I was drinking my juices, even though I didn't want to. I had that green juice, and um, I think I had 3 juices that day at most. And towards the end of the day, I was just like kind of like trying to stretch out because I was like, what is this? It hurts, you know. Did a little research. Yeah, it was my kidney, and I was like, you know what? I've done this before. I'm not being monitored by anybody. I can't mess with my health because of this. And even doing the juice fast was kind of outlandish to do, just because it's a lot of people don't recommend it. But when I had that kidney pain, I realized, crap, this my body's producing a lot of toxins that my kidneys are are not getting rid of fast enough, or it's overloading the kidneys. I didn't have any liver pain. So I did a little research online and I started to drink water. At this point, I was like, you know, we've done 6 days. It was a full 6 days. I'm happy with that. And so my fiance was like, you know what? I'm ready to end it too. Let's be done. Um, and so I started to chop up some fruit. I ended up breaking my fast on just the inside of apples and um, some pineapple. And then we made a little bit of rice and lentils. So, oh, I'm in my backyard. It's the dogs. Hold on. Okay, we have a dog next door, and so my dogs love to talk with them at the fence. And here are those beautiful little babies. This is Hunter. Max! Max! Hi, Bubba. This is my old man. He's 8. Oh, and this is the little one. This is Max. Anyways, so, yeah, we were just ready to end it. Broke it with the apple and the pineapple. Started to make some of the lentil rice just to kind of get calories because we hadn't had really a lot of calories for that day 6. So, and instantly, I mean, obviously you feel good. You're chewing something again. You're getting things in your body that you're like, oh, it's just delicious. Getting that fiber in there, getting the full flavor of everything, the full experience, and it was beautiful. We ended up just eating that and then going to bed. Little tip, if you put hemp oil on top of lentils and rice with little sesame seeds and a little bit of salt grains, mwah, so good. I had like 2 bowls of it. So we ended it there. And I feel satisfied with knowing that day 6 that I was done and that I didn't do any true damage to my body. It's been 3 days since we ended it, but I will say that I did overall, we kind of weighed ourselves and that was about it. As far as like tracking goes to see our progress. I did lose about 6-7 pounds, but since then the scale's the same now. I attribute that to maybe getting rid of some toxins that were heavy or cleaning out my intestines. But other than that, I weigh the same. I will say though, aftermath of that, I'm very satisfied with doing the juice fast because after that, I I don't like crave food the same way. And it just might be an effect because my body's still recovering from doing the juice fast, but I'm not like, I need to eat, I'm ravenous, I need to eat. No, I'm just, okay, I'll go through the day and I'll eat something. Oh, this is really good. And I noticed I don't need to add as much spice to my food to make it delicious. And I don't mean spices and spicy. I mean like spices like garlic and onion powder and salt and pepper and all that stuff. I don't need to add as much as that to feel satisfied that I have a full flavor in my food. Because before, I was just adding like tablespoons of stuff just in and in and in, and I think my taste buds were getting used to that, and I was starting to incorporate like a lot of oil, and it was starting to become healthy, and that's ultimately what I wanted from my juice fast is to maybe lose weight if I did. That would have been awesome. But I wanted to reset my palate. I wanted to have my body kind of get set back into what foods actually taste like and to not eat bigger portions because I would eat like 1,000 calories in a sitting and not be satisfied. Most times I would be, but there'd be times where I'm like, I could eat more. Because I would eat a couple meals a day. So that's what it was. But now it's like, you know what? I'm happy doing a little here, a little there, and I'm satisfied with that. I don't need as much food to fuel my body. Um, and it kind of just made me appreciate drinking in general. You know what I mean? Like when that's all you're doing is drinking for your calories, you really start to detest it. But now I really enjoy drinking and I'm drinking I wouldn't say more water, but I'm more pleased with drinking water and tea. Oh, and the best thing, I was starting to get for the last couple months into a every single day I want a vanilla soy latte. 100% want a vanilla soy latte. Those are amazing. Make it, by the way. Starbucks sells this um, blonde roast. That's what you want. It has more caffeine. It's delicious. But I wanted to get off of that because I was adding more calories in. And when you drink coffee, it makes you feel tired the next day, or at least it does with me. So I wanted to get away from that. And I have. I haven't had coffee. Oh, I lie. I had like a half a cup, and I truly didn't want it when I drank it. So I didn't even drink the rest of it. I haven't had it for days, and I feel great. So that's one thing that's going to save me money, and I'm okay with that. But will I do juice fasting again? Probably. I Even though it was a pain for the body, and there were some things that I really didn't like the kidney pain and the smells. I'll do it again. It may be for a 3 day. I might do for a week again. But it really does make you appreciate so many things when you don't have it. And I think that's an important lesson, that even though it's expensive, you have to go through those to learn those and to come back to base. So I will do one again in the future. I'll film it in the future so you guys can have a little more recognition with that. But I think that's all for my video today. That's all the information I wanted to give you guys. If you do have any questions, let me know down below if I can answer it for you. If not, it's always good to ask, and maybe I can point you in the right direction. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.